TikTok.
Oh, here's another video on TikTok bad.
Well, yeah, but this is different, I promise. So when you think of TikTok, what exactly comes to your mind? Do you think of brain rot? Maybe you think of cringe? Maybe you think of doom scrolling when you're taking a shit for 2 hours? Or maybe you think of something far more, I don't know, sinister that hides behind the scenes and wears a mask, so to speak. And this is something I like to refer to as the TikTok accent. And I know that Scroll Deep has already made a video on this. It's a good video, you should go watch it. And I'm just here to add on to the shit pile and give my commentary and personal opinion, because what would YouTube be without opinions? Now you may be asking yourself, what in the fuck are you talking about? Are you fucking stupid? What the fuck is a TikTok accent? Do I have the TikTok accent? Should I consult my doctor about the TikTok accent? And just before you get ahead of yourself, I'm here to tell you all about it, so don't worry. But first, here is some history from my personal experience. So when I first noticed this start to become a problem was when Hoopify, God bless that man's heart, posted the infamous, God fucking damn it, Baby Gronk just rizzed up Livy Dunn video. And as time went by, I really think people just started thinking, hey, this guy cannot be serious, right? This is a joke. Like, this is a jest. He's pulling our fucking leg. And honestly, I still don't know. Because he's playing into it. He's drawing out his words. He's adding a shitload of fucking bell sound effects. But I don't know. Deadness is still in his eyes. And as an anti-TikTok, like, diehard, I noticed his way of speech creep into other corners of the internet, like YouTube and Instagram. It's kind of like when you see a video on TikTok, and then, like, literally a week later, you see it pop up on, like, 5 different fucking meme pages on Instagram. It's kind of like that, except much more infectious. I also noticed more, like, brightly colored fucking subtitles and, like, people just pausing to take a breath every 3 goddamn words, like their brain's running out of oxygen from processing more than 3 words at a time. And, like, they'd speak to the audience like how you speak to a fucking toddler, or maybe your little cousin, or just like a kid in general. And most importantly, that soulless fucking gaze that just stares into your eyes and sucks the soul out of you, and all you see is that $6 Temu ring light with phone stand, USB plug-in charging fucking butthole. They also provide like surface level fucking commentary. Like, they will just sit there and explain to you every little thing that's going on in the fucking videos if I can't see that with my own 2 eyes. Like, I'm pretty sure somebody who graduated somebody who is in preschool could figure out what the fuck is going on in that video and tell you exactly what they say. Now, all of this adds up to the entire reason I'm making this video in the first place, because of the fucking TikTok accent. And here are a couple examples in case you're confused and you're like, I don't know what the fucking TikTok accent is. I'm still not in the loop here. And keep in mind, these videos literally took me less than 5 minutes to find. And yes, they're on YouTube Shorts. That's the easiest way I could have fucking found them, just to show you what I'm talking about.
This kid is a genius because he figured out the perfect NFL training camp hack, since bro purposely dropped his football right when Keon Coleman was walking by him so that he would pick it up and sign it. And you can tell by the amount of signatures on the ball that this was not the first time he did it.
When this little sprinter was about to win the race, a kid suddenly ran onto the track, blocking his lane. With the risk of being disqualified if he stepped out, he gently pushed
The Giants asked their players to guess the name of some female beauty products, and it was too funny how none of them knew what a tanning mat was, except for the one player who has 3 sisters.
Alright, I'm sure you get the fucking point by now. Now you're probably thinking after seeing those, yeah, that is kind of annoying. It pisses me the fuck off. And that is exactly my point. It's horribly frustrating to listen to this shit, and it makes me want to fucking kill myself. But where did this come from? What are the origins of this forbidden tongue? Now, my personal theory is that when, like, really lazy-ass short-form content became popular, now I'm not talking about, like, you just sit on the internet for an hour and you just kind of, pick up on it. No, I'm talking about, like, front page of YouTube, fresh account, fresh TikTok account, fresh Instagram account, that type of shit. The time period for this, I'm sure you all know the time period. I'm sure you all fucking know. You know it. I know it. The big 2021 to the big 2022 during, as scholars would say, the emergence of brain rot. Now, this is when you'd see nothing but fucking Family Guy clips on your TikTok feed, and don't lie. I know you were watching the fucking Family Guy clips. I know you were watching them and then going and shit talk them the next day. I know you were fucking watching the Family Guy clips. I was watching the fucking Family Guy clips, and I was clicking on the account and going to the part 2, and I know you were fucking doing that. You were watching the part 2 and the part 3 and the part 4 and the part 5, and by the end of it, you'd watched the whole fucking Family Guy episode and didn't even know. Another thing that you see a lot of, and was fairly common for me at least, was those videos of those movies, those like random ass movies no one had ever heard of with that fucking AI voice, and oh my god. The fucking song. Do not get me started on the goddamn song that they always put in the background of these videos. It went like... Just play the fucking song. Did you know if you poop into your hand and eat it and post it to Reddit, the king of pranks will you get the point. I feel like it's one of those songs that you can put behind literally any person saying literally anything to make it sound like they know what they're talking about. Or just to make them sound interesting and like they're smart and they're saying something of actual value, when in fact the creator they don't even give a single fuck about whatever bullshit is coming out of their mouth. They have no goddamn clue. But that brings me to another distinct characteristic of this whole like epidemic, which is like the very obvious and apparent lack of personality or care for whatever the fuck is being talked about. Like, you can tell that the person behind that iPhone mic, or like one of those like $3 shitty Amazon mics that's just sitting there with their nuts out and CapCut, does not give a fuck. And I really don't know. Tell me if I'm crazy here. It just really boggles my mind how you can sound so fucking dull, yet sound so expressive at the same time. I just don't understand. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It boggles my mind. There's not really a better way to say it. How you can sound so bouncy and expressive and just full of life and character. Right, guys? And just sound so fucking dull at the same time. And I understand that YouTubers also have to kind of exaggerate their speech and their voice just a tad for the audience, obviously, but it's not nearly as noticeable as this bullshit. Like, you can just hear a YouTuber just speak like that, and you're like, oh, that's just how they talk. It's not nearly as apparent. You have to be listening for it. And I get that when you're, like, creating content, you have to be expressive. Like, I've done this shit for a long time. You can't just sit there and be like, today we're gonna be playing Resident Evil, and then just sit there and play the game and not actually give any commentary, because that's boring. We know that that's boring. We know that's stupid. We don't want to fucking watch that. At that point, we might as well just play the game ourselves. But if you feel like you have to exaggerate your voice that fucking much, it becomes real obvious that you're just playing it up for the camera. And nobody likes the immersion to be broken like that. And it just becomes dull. And I really don't know how the TikTok accent can be so dull and characterless, like I said earlier, yet so expressive. It just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Another thing that I notice about these videos that I've mentioned previously are the subtitles. And now, I'm not talking about your standard, like, run-of-the-mill subtitles, some fucking normal-ass auto-generated shit like you'd see on Netflix or like you'd see on YouTube. I like those, and I'm sure you guys like them too. A lot of people like subtitles. I'm a subtitle enjoyer. However, these are the most obnoxious fucking, like, in-your-face subtitles I've ever seen, to the point where it's just extremely unnecessary. Like, they'll have each individual syllable highlighted as they're saying it, and it does nothing but make me feel stupid. I feel dumber watching this shit. And, like, it makes me feel like the creators really think in their brain of brains that we need each syllable to be highlighted to pay attention to a fucking 20-second video about why Cheez-Its are giving people AIDS in Nebraska or some stupid shit like that. I actually have ADHD off the record, and I've never once said, yeah, I need them to highlight every single individual syllable in the fucking word, because if not, I have no goddamn idea what they're saying. How else will I know what they're saying? And, like, I don't think literally anybody has ever had this issue before, and, like, it's also gotten so bad to the point where people need a fucking sound effect every 1.2 goddamn seconds to watch some bullshit like that. Like, it just doesn't make sense. I actually find this shit really frustrating because there's no way that like actual people out there, but let's be real for a second, they're probably all like 8 years old, need that shit to watch a video. Hell, like a short form video at that. Like there's no reason, not a single reason I could possibly think of to highlight every single literal syllable in a fucking word. Like, do you know what kind of videos do that? Do you want to take a guess what kind of videos do that shit? Videos for toddlers who are learning English and like phonics and shit. Like, I honestly, I don't even think they teach phonics anymore. Do they teach that shit? Like, is this why Gen Alpha children are like that? Like, apparently they're doing some shit called like the whole language approach, which is just actively making kids dumber. I'm pretty sure I saw studies on this. Don't quote me. And like, it's making them less able to read and shit. And I also hate to ruin your day like this while I'm on the topic, but they changed the fucking alphabet song. And you're probably thinking, how the fuck could they change the alphabet? Just listen to this shit. Just fucking listen.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U.
Alright, you get the fucking point. I'm sorry I had to put you guys through that, but I have to get the word out there because this is fucked up. I'm fairly confident all the change in curriculum and shit is why kids cannot read jack shit, let alone comprehend whatever the fuck they're reading, which brings me to another point. The excessive usage of sound effects. Like what? To, I don't know, keep viewer retention? Which I know, like I said earlier, I've done this for a very long time. For years, over a couple channels, this is like number 3, is very important, but like it actually cannot be this hard to keep fucking viewer retention. It really can't. It really can't. The most common sound effects that I see in this category are those dumb fucking dinging sounds. Here's a couple. Yeah, you know the dinging sounds. And I always see them used whenever something changes on the fucking screen, or like they put up a new image, which is just completely unnecessary because, you know, I have some fucking eyes that can figure that shit out. And what's even more unnecessary are those like whoosh sound effects they play along with it, like the like that, the slide in or whatever. Like, those are dumb as fuck. And I don't think I also wasn't going to talk about the fucking ooh sound effects that they put on literally everything. And sometimes I've seen videos where they play them all at the same goddamn time. Like, what? I don't need 3 sound effects to figure out what the fuck is going on the screen. My attention span is not that dog shit where I need a fucking ding, a whoosh, and an ooh to figure out when something different is on the screen. And like I said, I have a functioning pair of eyes that can see, I don't know, things on the screen? Like, obviously, I get putting a sound effect there for the funnies. Like, if your friend dies in a video game, you put, like, a fucking, that like, crash sound effect or, like, a bone break sound effect. But this is completely fucked up. This is completely dead fucking serious. And I don't know how these people sit there, brain off, and watch this shit all goddamn day with 0 complaints. Like, if I'm on Instagram outside of my little, like, content bubble for more than, like, 10 minutes, I have to turn that shit off. Because I literally cannot go anywhere without seeing this fucking horse shit. And as a viewer, I get pissed off. Because people cannot be this stupid and fucking brain dead. And I get brain rot's a thing, but this is, like, actually brain rot. Like, this is actually, like, making people dumber. And at the end of the day, I think this is one of the most harmful forms of brain rot, because if you need, like, literally flashing bright colored, bright red, bright green subtitles and 400,000 fucking sound effects to watch a 30-second video on whatever's going on in the news or in the world or in, like, pop culture or some shit, like, it's over. It's literally over. Like, you're actually fucked. There's no recovering from this shit. Like, you are fucked in the real world. It's just over. You can't do jack shit. But yeah, that's my little spiel about how the TikTok accent pisses me the fuck off. Please subscribe, please! And you may be wondering, what's in it for me? What's in it for me if I push the fucking subscribe button? And I'll tell you what. You'll get your very own, I know, this is about to be crazy, your very own Buick Roadmaster. LS1, fucking station wagon, all that bullshit. For the low, low price of a subscribe. That's all it takes. And like, listen, man, if you like, this is where shit gets crazy. If you like, I'll throw in a Little Caesars slices and sticks completely on the house. You just need to like the fucking video. Like, doesn't that shit look delectable? Doesn't it look fucking delicious? Don't you want to just destroy that fucking pizza and whatever, the garlic bread? Do you want to just do that? But anyways, parentheses, generic outro, parentheses.
I don't